continue to keep me and the Jamaica Labour Party firm and strong. I pray to God to give me the energy we need to keep Jamaica and our people firm and strong. Stand up, Labour Rights. Stand up for justice. Stand up for truth. Labour Rights are proud of their party.
In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. Jamaica, no bother for stone, no bother fight. We did a fi be a labor right. No shaky boat because a woman will like. We did a fi be a labor right. The river come down green, it's so pretty and bright. We did a fi be a labor right. The way me love shower in a green, me baptized. We did a fi be a labor right. Right now me nah worry about visa, cause we have one of the greatest leader. Me nah run way, go a foreign like triple X and go beef crab leg out a freezer. Out ya fit on green like Tracina. I will say no ways freeze for the teachers. We have the prettiest women like Anne-Marie Vaz and sexy Venetia. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. Oh no, see St. Thomas Urban Center, Kachino, St. James Parameter. Our doctors did have to use garbage bag, yo, does you go like you no member. No blessings that flow like river. Every bad prayer return to sender. Dr. Cole and Blair teach drop out from when PMP never buy them no denture. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory.
Good morning, Liberates, and good morning to all other comebacks watching this channel. Welcome to another episode of Political Hard Talk. I am your host, none other than the greatest Laborite alive. Good morning, my people. Good morning. Now, wanna tell me if you not hear me. Tell me if you not see me. Visual check, audio check, gonna tell me if me blurry, cause me have signal problem from me come off I live last night. See, signal I move well slow, so gonna tell me if you not see me and if you not hear me. Right? Alright, so yes, you not see me. Alright, so let's roll out the morning shout outs before we do anything else. See? Sylvan, big up yourself. Karine, big up yourself. Michelle Thousand, good morning. Larry, big up yourself. Winford, big up yourself. A. Hutchinson, big up. Father Darknight, big up yourself. Denise, big up yourself. Who else is here? Nardia, big up yourself. Arlene, big up yourself. And Tani, big up yourself. Mama Winsome, good morning. Who else is here? Lana Hudson, good morning. Now, as the live grow, my people, as I don't jump in, just hit the thumbs up button. See? Please subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber as well. See? So, here on screen, for anybody that don't know, you know, this is the person that they were talking about on Cliff Hughes yesterday. It's called Bolo. Something. I am not familiar with him. I have never seen his things before until I went to look this morning. Now, I am going to give running commentary. We're going to play the video. But before we get there, let us go to a clip from TVJ. I'm going to play it on the internet, my people, so some ads might come in. We never download it, right? So let's go to a clip from TVJ. Just some regular reporting.
I was going through a tough time. I felt so alone. It was my church community that was there to see me through it and turn me to God.
When something like this happens and you know
All right, so the Jamaica Defence Force, one of the major Jamaican entities that we are looking to in times of crisis. We've got Vice Admiral Antoinette Weems Gorman here. She's our CDS, or our Chief of Defence Staff, along with Colonel Damian Creary, Colonel General Staff of the JDF, here to talk about what these folks are doing, what they're seeing on the ground in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa and their efforts to help us restore. Good morning to you both.
Morning, ma'am.
So good
Morning,
to
sir.
see you.
Good morning. Thank you both for your service.
Yes, quite so. First of all, CDS, how's your team doing? Like, we always see you deployed and out and jumping from helicopters and in communities and wading through water, and it's all life-saving work, but it's life-risking work too.
Well, thank you for asking. Over 200 of the soldiers have been affected directly. But we're doing what we're doing. We're pushing through. We dig deep, and we know we have to be here for the citizens of Jamaica. So
yeah,
we're pulling through.
Service above self, yeah.
May I stay with you, ma'am? So when something like this happens and you know it's going to happen, what you do? Like, so when you hear say it's going to happen, what are you asked to do?
So the JDF has a well-documented process of preparation for hurricanes. And we do fall in under the Office of Disaster Preparedness Emergency Management. So internally, we go through systematic steps of preparation to ensure that after the storm, we're able to deliver what is required of us. We have it in 5 phases, and I could get into those details, but essentially, when we have a warning of a storm, we start to track them as waves, and as they continue to develop, we get into different levels of preparedness, from securing us, checking off what we have and making sure we fill those gaps, and then we do get down to the stage of battening down our own bases. We deploy and secure our critical assets, so that the ships go away, they sail for safe harbor. The aircraft are secured, some of them are flown out of the country to ensure that we have their capability after. Then we send the soldiers home to go and try to prepare their own homes, those who are not living in barracks. And then we hunker down for the blow, and immediately after, we're the first persons out.
Okay. How do I address you, sir? Colonel General, is that how I say it, sir?
Colonel is okay.
Colonel. What was this like for you, sir? Ever been through anything like this?
Absolutely nothing like it. It was just so different from all that we've been used to. I mean, we've seen disasters before. I mean, we've seen the pandemic. We've seen Hurricane Beryl, but just the scale of this has been so much more. And of course, internal operations that the JDF does on a day-to-day basis, is just significantly different. This is really about, saving the lives of our citizens in a different way and assisting them so that they are not in stress, and so completely different.
Is this what you would call the ultimate test in everything that you've seen? Is this where all your SOPs and everything you've ever put on paper is put to the test in the most significant way?
I would have to say, in my career, it has been the most significant test to the JDF.
Wow.
Vice Admiral, you just say you look after your own folks also. How difficult is that? Because I suspect some of them not only would have family down there, some of them probably come from down there also and would have difficulties just thinking about that. How difficult is that to say, it's all right, but you still have to go out there, you still have to do your thing?
Well, we ensure that we reassure them. And one of my directives immediately, even before the storm hit, was to ensure that we dedicated a team that would be specifically looking at assisting our own persons who are affected. As I said before, after this storm, we were not able to account for or communicate with over 200 soldiers. And as the days went on, we reached them either physically, or they reached us physically, or through some means. My approach is to ensure that I look after them, their administration, their welfare, and then they come out to serve.
So what's been happening on the ground? Colonel, let me ask you. I see all sorts of things in social media, rescues, handing out of care packages. Tell me what's going on, and how are you getting particularly to the folks who are cut off in the communities that we still hear people say we can't come out?
Okay, so...
So now listen to this, because people say they're not getting no aid and they're not being reached. So now listen.
Before we actually get to what's happening now, let me just try to take us a stage back. As the CDS said, our deployment started well before the storm actually hit. And so we were pre-deployed right across Jamaica. We, in terms of our major assets that we knew would be brought to bear, we pre-deployed those as well. And of course, our soldiers to be able to respond very quickly after the blow. And so in many communities, there are about 26 or so communities that were completely cut off immediately after the blow. But because we were positioned, in position for this, we were able to get into these communities a bit easier. But I must say, though, that it was not easy. The soldiers along.
So because the net is down, my people, because the net is down and some people don't see the military in probably their little community. They're thinking they're not there. But they were pre-deployed in many of these places, and we're getting to some of these communities. Not all, some of them that was cut off. The military was able to get to them in short order. But don't know how people stay there, love to spread propaganda. See? So we like to bring on them things so you can hear for yourself.
With volunteers, and I must commend the average citizens who came out and worked alongside us to get through roadblocks, landslides, and so on. Worked through many miles of cutting debris and so on to get to the communities. Having gotten to these communities, the situation that exists, as we know, is severe, and so the soldiers have had to provide medical care. They've had to provide relief, and I'd go as far as to say even counseling support, because there are families who are really, really distraught. But overall, there has been significant coordination among various entities, ODPEM, MLSS, international and regional partners, to ensure that we bring a collective effort to this response, and it has been going very well so far.
Sir, you said earlier that you've never seen anything like this. Does that also mean that your soldiers have been asked to do stuff that they've never been asked to do before?
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
What are some of those things?
Yeah.
CDS, what are some of those things?
Yes, my people, the military was pre-deployed. There was also warehouses that was being stocked with supplies, food. I can tell you about one in Anchovy, in near Westmoreland, and between Montego Bay and Westmoreland. I believe Anchovy is in St. James, by the way. It might be. That was completely destroyed by the hurricane, tear down with all of the supplies in a hit, my people. So the government was actually pre-deploying supplies all over the island. There was one in Montego Bay as well. That part of that warehouse was also tear down as well, but not all of the stuff there was lost. See, so yes, our government was trying their best to prepare, but how can you prepare for something that you don't know anything about? See?
For example, I had a report yesterday that a team of my soldiers had encountered a lady who had just delivered a young baby. She was sitting on the foundations of her home. It was completely destroyed, and she had a very young baby. We had to treat with that, get her medical care, and of course, find the support that she needs. So some of those things. We've recovered some 30-something bodies.
36 bodies, man.
That's not normal in Jamaica.
36 bodies.
Yes. So most of the bodies were in cut-off areas, and that was the JDF that were recovering those. And of course, there were soldiers who they themselves were completely, and their communities were completely destroyed. So whilst they did not have shelter, they were helping others.
Yep.
And then secondment of one of your own to now head an agency to help, it was ODPEM, to help with those efforts as well.
Yes, the coordination between ODPEM and the JDF has always existed. I think what this secondment will bring to the table is that Commander Gale has more reach into the JDF, an understanding of what we can bring in terms of planning, coordination, and execution of relief. So that will make it a little bit more seamless.
The last time I read, the official count was 32 dead, but you're saying you recovered 36.
You said 30 odd. You said 36
Yeah, you said
specifically?
36.
So, notwithstanding, there's actually a process where
Yeah, it
the,
has to be.
JCF and the forensics investigations.
So I think the
have to
last
take
press
place.
release said that number. At the time, there were reports of 4 at the time.
And you just said, CDS, before we started, there's a lot to do for a long time. Outlook, what do you foresee? Your underground, yeah, it's going to be a while, eh?
It's going to be a while. There are people who are still recovering from burial.
Yeah. Did you put up your hand and say, why them give me this position?
Never that, you
Service
see.
just continues.
Yeah.
33 years in, so.
Thank you so very much for your service.
What do you say to your members this morning? Folks who are, well, them are work now, but what do you say to them as they're watching?
You know, first I want to thank them for their commitment and their persistence and executing under arduous and difficult circumstances, and to reassure them that we're doing all that we can to ensure that we bring the resources and we look after their welfare so they can continue, because we have to serve. The JDF is the organization that has the most capability to do so, and we will do it for the long haul.
Yeah. Thank you so very much.
So, the JDF is saying that it is the most tedious, worst storm they ever see in our history of Jamaica. And these persons are, some of them are in service before I was even born. So, they have experienced Gilbert and all of that, you know. But let's move to the topic why we are here this morning. So, many of you would have heard from Nationwide yesterday. We're going to run that same audio. So, listen to this, my people.
Yes. Yeah, we can't take any more.
No. Listeners, morning. It's been challenging trying to get back into the groove of reasoning with you in this segment as we usually do. But it's our job, and notwithstanding the challenges that abound, we must. I've been waiting patiently for the time to come to start having some difficult conversations about how we as a people respond to disaster and the consequences of not listening to the warnings that are given to us by the authorities. It's uncomfortable to talk about that because Melissa's wounds are still raw and will be raw for some time to come. But it's a conversation that must happen. That time, as I say, is now. This morning, though, I want to put on the table how difficult our job is as public commentators and responsible public commentators. Not the type who get a hype from talking about what's beneath women's dresses, or to tell lies about people and to use all sorts of invective and to bawl and scream at the camera, knowing that, you know, it's potentially a viral video that we're creating doing that and getting people to follow us and like us and to, you know, watch us. We're not into that kind of thing. That's not journalism. That's not broadcasting either. That's down market behavior that some people have a lock on, and we're not competing with them, which is why when they say certain things, we leave them alone. Yeah? Because real people respect us. Fake people want beef because they know that's the only way we're ever going to speak. So we leave them one side. Today, it pains my heart to have to give oxygen to a part of the dangerous narrative that exists in the public domain. And part of the difficulty of the job that I'm speaking about is you have to be careful that you're not seen as defending the administration, because it's important for you to not be seen as a defender of the administration. But at the same time, in the space you occupy, do you allow blatant lies and guided misdirection?
Blatant lie and guided misdirection. Meaning, these people are purposely misleading the public. See, before we continue to play this audio, I want to call on the authorities in Jamaica. I'm going to talk about Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake, and we are talking about Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness and the powers that be, the DPP. We're calling on the powers that be to ask the United States to extradite Bolo to Jamaica. Saying he should be charged for miscommunication. He should be charged for what the charge call again? Me soon tell you, I remember. There's several charges that he should be getting. See? And he should be extradited to Jamaica. Malicious communication. That is the main one. Malicious communication. There is defamation in there. Terrorism. Involuntary manslaughter. There are several charges that can be placed on him. And I am calling on the authorities to ask the United States to arrest him and send him home so we can charge him. We'll continue to listen to George. We'll get into it further down the line.
To take hold in the minds of people and say nothing, because if you speak out against it, then people say, I see, yeah man, he must support the administration. Here's what he's saying. Well, we don't care. And I think those who listen to us knows by now that we don't care if you think that when we do the right thing, it's in defense of anybody or any group. That's fine. As long as we do the right thing, I'm comfortable. Yes? And we know the limit of our capabilities. And you all know the limit of our capabilities as well. And you all know that when it boils down and the gravy rich, you can trust what Nationwide 90 FM is cooking. Yeah? So here I go. There are many Jamaicans who believe an item that we carried in the news this morning, that the administration is imposing on people the responsibility to present an ID to get food aid. Whole weekend long, I've seen video after video, people ranting about how the government is wicked and uncaring for requiring people to give them, to show an identification card in order to get food in this post-Melissa relief period, in this relief period of the aftermath of Melissa. Now, many of you on this platform, sometimes you thumb your nose to these things because you're saying, sure, why I play that for then me know? Because you know, and you foolishly believe that because you know everybody else knows, and you become intolerant of hearing things that you understand being explained, or hearing things to be a lie being debunked. Well, you can always change the station. Now I'll keep you here if you don't want to stay. Mr. King, there's a video that I came across that I felt the need to share with the public to make them know the level of ignorance that abounds. And when you read through the comment section of this video, you said, all right, so he says this, but the comment section, people are going to say, no, man, no, so. Absolutely. If there were 100 comments, there were probably 2 people saying, no, man, not quite so. 98.
The next 98 dunce, like Mr. Francis here, up on the live, so dunce like one dopey, but anyway, we'll continue.
Saying, yes, are true. So you wonder, what is it that people are consuming? Or what is it that motivates them to say the things that they do? Here is what I'm talking about.
Let me show you say Andrew Owens are wicked. Andrew Owens said the people need ID. Forget aid. People have got to dig up ID. Some people things under mud. People place flood out. So until them get them ID, them can't get food. May I show you say Andrew Owens are wicked. When then they want to vote, and you got a polling station, did you need an ID? You didn't need any ID. What did they have? A black book. So why them can't get the black book? If you go verify, say John a John and Tom a Tom and Kerry a Kerry and Simone a Simone. Why they not have a book? Where you say, all right, we confirm say Simone Harrison, boom, 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 she signed feet, you have it marked down in your book. In the wake of a disaster, ladies and gentlemen, you got to go back to basics. You don't push a digital system. You don't.
First of all, if they did take ID, and according to his statement, if you don't need ID, what you need to write down in a book say Simone get? Why you need to identify Simone? Why reason? You have some people who have reason for some intellect where it just don't make no sense. Eh?
Push cashlessness. I talk about voucher. People don't wake up. Andrew Owens is the most dangerous weapon that has formed against the people of Jamaica. The people them actually they are hungry for days, and by the time them reach more than 1 week after, them still are some people, you know. I just watched a video a while ago of a lady who trapped under the rubble for 3 days. Trapped under the rubble for 3 days. So you tell me, say this a lady I know was trapped under the rubble for 3 days. Don't see Andrew Owens and then come round and I will get.
So the lady will chop on the rubber, what she need to see Andrew Owens for? No hospital she for go. Eh? Sometimes you can't do the feeling, so we're going to break it up, double people.
Aid now, and I forgot present her ID. And if she don't present it, she got dead for hungry further than how she got dead for hungry already. I say Andrew Owens is the weapon that has formed against the Jamaican people. Who no need to wake up this man worse than Hitler, me not take it back. This is treason against the people of Jamaica. It is aiding genocide. It is aiding genocide. Think about it. If the people don't get food, what happen to them?
So all of this we must say now, you know, my people, is defamation. And should he not be able to prove it, that Andrew Owens commit genocide and is committing treason against the Jamaican people, and is contrast him to Hitler, that is like saying somebody is a racist, you know, without any proof. So all of this are things that is chargeable under Jamaican laws. Not to mention the miscommunication and the malicious communication, public mischief. All of those things are chargeable under Jamaican laws. Believe me. And we need to start to police these things. When we see people like that, we go out of their way to misinform and mislead the public, to cause confusion and cause the government grief. People probably listen to the brother and end up on dead, you know. See, that is another charge again. Involuntary manslaughter. We should extradite him and charge him and make an example out of him. Government, make an example out of him for tell the other idiot them. So if you cut out them bullshit, else it go cost with dearly in the end. Remember, somebody did tell you.
About it, if the people don't get food, what happen to them? Thank God for people them were independent. So you tell me say the government don't want to help the people them. The government want the people them dead for hungry. The people them want the government dead for hungry, that they want. I must stop they want. One want don't want to take away people in land. One want do. Huh? And that's no one.
All right. So, a couple of assumptions. One, he's not one of the people suffering. He has light and a nice place to set up his camera and his ring light. to record that contribution to humanity. So he's not one of those suffering, is my assumption. He doesn't know the definition of treason. He doesn't know the definition of genocide. He doesn't know who Hitler did. Hitler is and what Hitler did. He doesn't know what weapon formed against means. I will give him the benefit of the doubt and say perhaps somebody told him what the Prime Minister said. And I'll also give him the benefit of the doubt to say, well, if that's not the case, maybe when the Prime Minister spoke, then he did not understand. Because I struggle to accept that somebody considered what was.
So Shireen, I was so Shireen Reynolds, why you fit up on the internet and me come off? You get up from morning, you brush your teeth, Shireen. You wash your look a rank in front, you piss out 100 times for last night. I lift up for my life, man, for my disrespect you, all vermin. You no dirty PNP, you no ambition. And you come to terrorize Jamaica and tear down the whole life place because true for no government. No make it cross the line. You no come to tear down and make mischief and make mayhem. I should have me around the country, you know that see something. And that mother tell you no. I should have me around the country, you know that all I know that see something down there. You know that the law and order manners. Me tell you no for now.
Said by the Prime Minister in relation to the identification for persons whose houses were damaged and who the relevant authorities were trying to assess the scale of the damage that you suffered at the property you say is yours and turn that into people having to give ID for food. It is proper that the authorities ask you to present identification for the house you say is yours, that you say was damaged. But even so, the Labour Ministry has said, yeah, but even if you don't have the ID, we still go assess it. We're still assessing it. And you'll still be on the list of those who will get help. So this orgasmic explosion of hatred presented as a blatant lie. What good does it serve? And people understand this, viewers, listeners, this morning. Those views are not isolated, and that's the problem. That's why I played the video. If it was a one man said that, nothing to see there, move on. There are much more substantial things to talk about.
So, for all of the players, for all of the persons who came late, I played a clip earlier on of the JDF commanders, the two persons in charge, did an interview on TVJ. And they said that they had placed assets in every parish, see, especially the affected ones. They also had personnel that was affected in the storm personally. But, you know, they had placed strategic assets and they had cut through many places. Via access weren't available, but some places they parachuted in or they helicopter in and cut through on the road and got to some places and they deliver aid. So a lot of that we are not seeing because, or we did not see because the JDF never go there with no camera. See, they go there on a mission. And a lot of that we did not see because we did not have signal. So a lot of that we miss, right? But they have people who have an agenda to try and stir up mischief and mayhem in our country, or mayhem in our country. See, people like Shireen and this big bullfrog, I want to see on my phone screen. See, a big like Mark Golden belly. See, them come to destroy the nation. That is their mission, to destroy. So because them can't rule over Jamaica, they're ready to burn it down and rule over ashes. But we're gonna lock up, you know. And you see, me tell you, you see, after this a disaster you done, and me tell you right now, Labour right, no phone not go vex with me. You see, anyhow, after the disaster you done, I would start to clean up and everything start go back to normal. Anyhow, me no see my government start go off of them people, and me stop blog for my party. Me I go do that. Anyhow, me no see my government because it's futile. See? Why reason why we are black, we are try everything and we not the people them just left them, and people have to just continue to spread propaganda. They need to do something about it. It is dangerous. And it is continuing to divide the people. You know, so say violence erupt certain places, you know, Labour right and PNP are fighting, you know, because the thing gets so hard. And it gonna move past just words. You know, remember somebody tell you. And that is all started and caused by Mark Goldie. The government need to do something about this.
Of these, and there are hundreds of Jamaicans in comment sections, and I have to wonder, Tana, if it's a bot they are using to comment and to react the way they are, because I can't believe that living, breathing human beings are doing this. And they are telling you that the government wants people to present an ID to get food aid. I've said it all the time, and I'll say it again. At our best, Jamaicans are in this world. No other nation's people comes close. We're better than the best at our very best. At our worst.
You know, get me to 100 thumbs up now, guys. At 300, almost 400 away, you know, to get me to 100 thumbs up. Double tap the phone screen, or hit the chats in the right-hand corner of the screen, hit the thumbs up button. You know, and get me to 100 thumbs up. We actually 100 thumbs up per live. Please subscribe if you're here for the first time as well.
We are Emmy Award winning, Pulitzer Prize winning, Grammy Award winning, Tony Award winning, Oscar winning liars and miscreants and vermin of the worst kind. Yes, I said it. At our worst, drunken have nothing power.
Now, let's get into it, my people. Now, you look at a time like now, where everybody is to be gelling together to hurry up and fix back the country so we can prosper. Because the longer the country take to fix, we economy are going to suffer. See? The government is saying that, listen, we did not have all of the resources because we are not a filthy rich country. We are just starting to build out all of our sectors. We are just starting to do that in the last 10 years now. See? And we are getting all kind of help from people. Private people are help with, governments are help with, and the government, 3 days after the storm, 3 days, the government was on the ground. Reason being, lots of road, you know, had to be assessed to deem safely, to put asset on it, for people to travel on. They had to make sure that was safe. See, the military was on the ground from day one. See, after the storm, the military was on the ground making those assessments, clearing debris. See, can the military do it by themselves? More than likely, but persons was helping, private persons. The government had contractors of backhoe, excavators, all of that they did before the storm. See? And if you listen to Nestor Morgan, you'd have heard him say that as well. It took them at least 2 days to clear the debris, so we could have at least one lane of traffic so persons can come through. Right? Yes, there are places that was maroon and probably still are maroon now. See? And the government got to them. They helicopter things in, and then military went in there. We heard from the clip that we played at the beginning of the live. See? But you have persons who it is in their best interest to spread mischief and propaganda. See? I don't know why we need to come together and move the thing now as one nation. After when time this done, we go back to the normal political squabble and bickering. What happened to the PNP then? See, Mark Golding is not a leader that leads from the front. He's a puppet. You know, he's led by Dayton Canberra and Peter Bunting and the PNP. And they're making a complete ass out of him. See? Now, people like this brother here and others, plenty of others, who is out there trying to purposely stir up the anger of the people. That in itself is incitement, and that is a chargeable offense. See, wherever he is in the world, the government needs to make an extradition request for him. Put out a wanted Wednesday film or something. See? And extradite him home. Let's parade him in front of the media. TVJ, CVM, NNN, everybody. Let us charge him. And that will send the signal to the others that anytime you enter, you propagate and try to spew disinformation, which is dangerous, by the way. People like L.A. Lewis should be arrested as well. Queen Africa must be. I mean, I don't want nobody tell me about no freedom of speech and then something there. The things that what them say, past freedom of speech and it gone to incitement. Maybe hear people are incitement. And maybe hear people are say how people are going to rise up against the state. You see that the statement there? When you say you're going to rise up against the state, that is an act of terrorism. And that is a chargeable offense as well. It is time that we move in on them people here and start to make an example out of them. I want you to tell me, none of my moderator they not even there. So that night put it in channel in the chats. And Mr. Francis come on WhatsApp. Come on WhatsApp. Saving up my let me see if that night there. Hold on. Yes, that night is here. Put in the channel number in the comments that night. And Mr. Francis call me because I want to hear how the government could have been better prepared. See? I want you to tell me how the government could have been better prepared. Father Dennis. Father Dennis.
Good.
Yeah, man, morning.
Good morning. You see what you're saying, you know? It's very serious, you know. It's a very serious thing, you know. You see these guys?
Yeah.
These guys don't realize that what they are doing on social media is very dangerous, you know. And for us in the UK, we know this thing here.
Of course.
And know that this guy here is perpetrating on social media, you know, and it is all around the world, you know. This is a terrorist act.
Of course.
This is a terrorist act, you know, without a doubt, you know, those words that he is saying out of his mouth. And you see, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand, you know, say, you see what they do. I'm not joking, you know. I'm not joking. If you think you could have said that about a leader in the UK, say that you couldn't say those things. And people must understand that they must take responsibility for them action. I mean, I agree with you where you say the government need to take a zero tolerance stance where this is concerned. You can't have the leader, the highest position in the land.
You know,
I was still the crime is about him, not this and that and that. No.
You know, Dennis, let me say something to you. You see, when I grew up and my father running household, you know. You see, my father come in a yard and nice a make in a yard, all nice stop instant. See? And my father running household. You see, then nowadays money, we say them a Jamaican brother. Them are nothing but so little petulant bitch. You hear me I tell you? None of them are no man. All they do they sit down and complain. Government not this, government not that, and none of them not take no responsibility. Them a cry and a moan like a woman.
What is the responsibility of the government? Responsibility of the government and if provide food and them something there, you know, in a crisis situation. Yes, the government have that we can help. You understand? A government can't give you everything. The government can build back a house, give you.
Hold on, Dennis. Hold on, let me say something.
People, you know,
hold on,
the government can help.
Dennis, hold on. Anybody in our chat will have my channel number. Please in our chat for me. I cannot type And when me use my phone on YouTube, I can type in the comment section. So somebody will have the channel number. Just put it in the comment section for me, please. Go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, man. So as I'm saying, my brother, the government. Remember, we have a responsibility as citizens, and that is why I tell you, say, you see, people in Jamaica, people don't prioritize. We don't prioritize. Me hear Andrew Wellness, me hear Desmond McKenzie, me hear you, me hear many other people. I tell people, say, listen, you need to do this, you need to do that. You can't live in a them kind of structure the way you live. You have to try, look for your priority. You understand? And people still every day where Andrew Wellness do this and that and that. That's not Andrew Wellness' role. Me see woman buy them Brazilian here and this and that and that and that, and them buy them $30,000 and $40,000 class and this and that and what have you. And them look on it and say, boy, I mean, I live nowhere. Me need to buy if I want 50 black.
Yeah, man, the people they don't prioritize nothing.
And build a proper structure. This is what starts with in the look how we were going. We were growing. Now all of this thing with this hurricane and now set us back. You understand? And people expect Andrew Wellness now must go take up everything for him head. Andrew Wellness has a family. His job is to run the country, but his job is not to take on people responsibility.
All right, people them just want to live free, brother. They just want to free because they're a dirty junk. They don't want to provide for their family. They don't want to get up, go do nothing. They just want to live free.
As men, a man supposed to provide for his family. No for the man there. Young boy, I see some young boy down at Westmoreland. I see one me tackle in a week. In the last week, and him had call up the name and what have you. Him there on social media, I give out him number and I say, boy, him not have no house and this and that. I said to him, me turn to him and I said to him, as a young man, you out there trying to help the elderly people in the community, get one machine, get one shovel, and try to see if they can help the people them, the old people them, who can't move around, people who have strokes, people who have hypertension, all of that. And you go try and help them. You try who maroon in the community or whatever. You walk around and give out your number on social media. I say, yo, you say you couldn't get that. You say you couldn't get dollar from me, yeah, man. And people shoot me down and this. I tell them I'm not responsible because I don't live on none of them road.
Let me say something to you, Dennis. You know, I find out yesterday, and this is so disturbing to me. You have persons where I leave out, I get to them. And I take bus go to Westmoreland, forget the care package them for care back at you. Want a wicked set of people. You want Jamaican people then disgusting, brother.
Judge, me know that. And not only that. The same care package you see the people them are going to Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth go get. You know what I'm doing with it? I carry go back on the street of Kingston and other place like Bendong and Fall, go back and sell in a brother. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing.
Mighty God.
We say them it's just like those people are just like the set of gunmen and the scammers. We are destroying the country. Them not much different. I tell you that. You see that brother there where they on social media, where they behind you, the brother where they behind you, and I criticize Andrew Wellness and I say Andrew Wellness with this and Andrew Wellness with that. Him, I bet you say if you check him now, he don't give $1 to the country. He don't give $1 to the country. If you check him now, that same guy.
He now give nothing because he must say Andrew for do it. Andrew responsibility. Nobody now thinks that we be band together and jail together. You know?
Me hear one woman named Mama. What's her name, Mama Sa?
Mama Hag.
Mama Hag.
Yes.
She the favor Hag.
Mr. Vegas says she didn't belly a ground.
She a rant, she a rage and what have you. What are they doing? What are they doing for their country?
Not a goddamn.
What are they doing for their country? Just talk. Talk is cheap, you know. Talk is very cheap. You understand?
Hold on, Dennis.
Put your mouth with.
Hold on, Dennis. Good morning to my beautiful wife. Moderator, please put the contact details for the channel in the comment sections. In the comment section, please. And Mr. Francis, we are look forward to a call from you, sir. We want to hear how prepared the government should have been. Go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, man. Another thing too. You see all of this Yeah, we are going no. Everybody are call up the prime minister name and this and that and that. You know, it starts from the opposition leader.
Of course.
The opposition leader is he started it. You see all the you remember the debate from the debate how him doing disrespect the PM. I've never heard all the talk me here Juliet Wallace is talking in the media. I've never heard you call that man name.
Never. Why?
And when me hear the man do the man wife, and how me hear people that is what started, you know. Virus. So virus start, you know. Virus start little till it mushroom.
This is what me are saying, you know. This is what me are saying, Dennis. If the leader junker, you can't expect nothing from the follower them. Follower them are gonna be junker.
If the leader had just said to the people, respect you, we must respect each other. When he go out and talk about helicopter, they were not allowed. He was not allowed a helicopter from JDF. He has a responsibility. He can write to the JDF. He can call the chief commander of JDF and say to them, say, listen, I need to go to Westmoreland. What is the arrangement? The commander will talk to him because he have one of the maybe the second or the third highest office in the country. So he has that right and responsibility.
And guess what? A helicopter was afforded to him, but he not film the part when he private one.
So he is part of the problem. He's part of the problem, you know. I'm not afraid to tell them he's a part of the problem because he. If you see all of them something when they drag the prime minister, then drag him by rope and have him and drag him out in the public with the integrity commission and all of that. You see, when supporters and people see all of this thing, that is why so much people are now disrespecting the prime minister. That is part of the reason why all of this thing is happening now. You understand? We done with the election now.
You know one point out here.
You know this.
You know one point out here, Dennis. If you look, it take us almost 30 years to get crime under control. That is how daft the Jamaican people are. And by the way, this last October was the first October we seen at 20 odd years with the least murder. See?
Yes. We hear the JSF talking about it.
See? So let me say this to you.
People are highlighting those things, you know, and we leaders not doing it. The opposition now do it because they know say if the government succeed, you see it's gonna be a disadvantage to them. You understand? It's gonna be a disadvantage to them, and it made them up go see out in the wilderness much longer. You understand? Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something.
Marlon.
The leader, the problem with us, a lot of us can see and realize that the election done and over. We need to band together again.
Let me say this, Dennis. You see, if Mark go and concede and congratulate the Prime Minister and say, all right, we are going to get back to the table now and we are going to come back 5 years from now. But the work of the country must go on. Had he said that, you know, the healing process would have well underway by this, you know. People that still upset and vexed, yes. But then would have behaved how they have behaved now. So it is coming straight from the leader, and even he should be arrested for the way how he might behave as well.
When that leadership is lacking, where you think it is? And this, you know, these are the things, you know, leadership is lacking in the country. Because he as a man, when you look at it and say, boy, yes, in support to his supporters them, and in teams say, here what? We are one people. We are one people. But when them do, them politicize this thing here. Them politicize it and say, oh, them people, Westmoreland now get no aid and this and that and that. Let me tell you something. I have family living in Manchester. Their roofs are blown off. I know I have seen a lot of videos coming out of Trelawney, North and South Trelawney. Center where people now talk about. You understand? Yeah. And there are lots of other places in the country. Now, Westmoreland, we don't have an issue with people in Westmoreland. People have said Westmoreland are the epicenter or what have you. What about Montego Bay? Montego Bay is the tourism mecca of Jamaica. And we see, up to yesterday, I watched one video with the mayor. Where the mafia go through now and try to see if they can clean up houses and try to bring back the place to a sense of normalcy.
Hold on, Dennis. Hold on, Dennis. Hold on. Guys, we are asked Mr. O. Francis calling the program. We want to hear from him. Mr. Francis, you will be respected on this medium. We're not going to cuss you. Not you hear me cuss you like dog sometimes. Me and you not going to argue. I will treat you with respect. If you have something to say, I want to hear your idea as to how some time for calling the program.
Let me just say this as you, when you introduce the time. You could never plan for a category 5. The great United States, Uncle Donald said, he never see a category 5 yet. And Uncle Donald a big man, bigger man for me.
Exactly.
And he say he never see that before. He never hear about that. You understand? Many countries wouldn't have seen a category 5. So how can you plan to something where you never see before?
You know, see a be mad people we are dealing with. I be a mad people. It's like me get up and say, yo, we should have planned for a magnitude 8 earthquake. How we gonna plan for that? You know when earthquake come, hurricane give a warning, but you still can't tell it hit where to go land on the land with. See?
Brother, let me tell you something. We have some people in our society and they are very dangerous. When me look at me see that the man there, when me see the clip yesterday, man, with this man, and the man say, Andrew Holness is worse than Adolf Hitler. You know Hitler? He never read the history about Hitler yet. He know what is genocide? You know what is genocide? All those words you hear me talk about. If you ask him now to define them, he can't define them.
I am
He cannot define them.
I am calling for the surrender of Bolo. He's wanted by me.
They must bring him. They must bring him, man. They must bring him home, and he must be tried. Him should be put before the court and tried,
exactly,
and arrested. Because basically, him is inciting violence, and that's an act of terrorism.
And the Minister of Trade and Foreign Affairs need to contact TikTok and make them ban it.
Yeah, man, they need to contact whether US in there or Canada or wherever they need to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they need to find this guy and bring him home. You understand? Bring him home and start and this will be a lesson to all the other who out there. The moment have got the rest of them and all of them with on social media where I bring down the country to its knees. You understand? People they abroad work and try to build them country and try to make them family and them life better. And these are the set of people who feel like and feel benefits from social media. This is the things that they do.
Hold on, Dennis. Guys, please like up a live. Please subscribe if you're here for the first time. See? Just give live some thumbs up and get me to at least another 30 thumbs up. And please subscribe if you're here for the first time. And moderator, if by the time me and Dennis don't talk, Mr. O. Francis don't call, you know no reason for me on the live, block him. See? Go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, man. It's sad, man. It's sad to see. The Prime Minister can't do everywhere. The Prime Minister have a team of people. The opposition is there. I forgot this point that I wanted to say. On Sunday, I saw a picture with Christopher Tufton and Dayton Campbell out there. I also saw one with Lisa Hanna, Flight Green, and you can see that there is some level of, people want to have this level of unity and try to see if they can help. And what I'm saying, I don't see that. I don't see that with the two top leaders, which include with Mark Golden and the Prime Minister. Mark Golden can reach out to the Prime Minister. He can.
Mark
because
Golden
I'm sure
behave like him and the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister is supposed to reach out to him. And who him? And where he come from? You don't know him?
It's sad, man. It's sad, and it make you look like, say, boy, just one place help needed for the whole 7 parish that was affected by this hurricane. 7, not one. I understand that there are lots of resources will be needed for Westmoreland. But at the same time, Senti, let me tell you something. I have a friend that lives in Senti, and she tell me, say, when you go to Santa and Black River, I be a dirt, red dirt.
I believe the
a
government,
lot of the buildings
as a Westmalite myself, you know, as a Westmalite myself, I believe the government should fix up St. Elizabeth first and sort out about our bread basket. We need that for straighten out. So they need to prioritize that.
You know, say, see? The St. Elizabeth is the bread basket of Jamaica. You see, St. Elizabeth and Trelawney, St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, Manchester, you see those three parishes, very important. St. Elizabeth are the bread basket. But you see, the other two parishes behind it, very important, because guess what? A lot of farmers, you need food. The country needs food. And that is where most of your farming, your food comes from. You understand? And honestly, Dutch boy, we in a serious trouble. Anyway, we have a draft now, because maybe somebody else will come in. So let me jump past that now.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, my boss.
All right, bless up yourself, brother. Yeah, man.
Good morning to my beautiful mother-in-law. Good morning, mommy. Falsh, big up yourself. Kikis, big up yourself. Shane, big up yourself as well. DJ IQ, big up yourself as well. Simone, good morning. Melody, good morning. Big up yourself, Marlon. Ed Marie, big up yourself. We are waiting for old Francis, you know. We're there in but come. We have to go run him from the platform then, you know. See? They said me telling you something, and this is the mantra of the PNP. Then come and they make them. Yes, Marlon.
Finally, you get the picture of that nigga behind you.
Yeah, man. I'm going to dig him up this morning.
Him of all person, that big head. The way I'm upset, I don't want to use expletive on the platform. He incited pure violence against the Prime Minister, this big head boy. He need to get the full blunt of the law. If there's no other PNP blogger when need to be disciplined, this one need to be disciplined. That
you didn't know this, man. You didn't know this, that the government of Jamaica signed extradition treaty with the United States. So anybody who want America, we can send for them. Likewise, anybody they want from Jamaica, they can send for them. So we need to send for him.
This boy have no respect for the Prime Minister of the land. I don't know who how you got this picture. That's the guy I was telling you about. Him.
Yeah, man.
He spread rumor. He incite violence.
You know what I heard yesterday? Me never know about him. Since you tell me last night, me get up this morning and do look research and me find him.
You know what he did?
Find out when he and Bolo was.
There was a lady called on his program and said that disrespecting the Prime Minister, you know? And he was there laughing and cool mama, nobody make them joy out. And here the woman now, she will take plane from here, go to Jamaica and stand up in front of Andrew Holness and diss him. I dare her to do that. Because if you approach the Prime Minister of the land in any threatening manner, the security force has the right to take your life. I can tell you that. If you approach the Prime Minister of the land in any threatening manner, his security details has the right to take your life.
And they
because you give away your life.
They would do that. You know?
So I will urge that caller who called this boy to take the plane, go to Jamaica, find Andrew Holness, go and stand up in front of him and assault him and see if they don't pronounce her dead. because you are the head of state. Something need to done about this boy. I don't like him.
I want to make a statement, you know, Marlon. I want to make a statement. I want to not hear me now. Over the past couple of months, we realize the posture of the PNP has changed. It is becoming more and more hard, and they are becoming more and more belligerent. They are becoming more and more violent in their stance. See, my prime minister is a prime minister that like to walk amongst the people. I may talk directly to Dr. Kevin Blake now. My prime minister is a prime minister that likes to walk amongst the people and he likes to hug up and shake everybody's hand. What if one of these loony bins who is on here on a daily basis inciting violence against Jamaica and the state of Jamaica and the government? What if one day the prime minister go amongst one of those persons and, you know, insecurity is probably a foot away from him, and one of these loony bins stop the prime minister or shot him? We need to listen to them people, and when time they make their statement, we need to go after them with every resource that the state has. Every single part of it must be activated.
I said it to you last night. Right? And I am in agreement with you. It can't continue. Andrew Holness is our prime minister. He's a son of the soil. And we cannot continue allowing people to be making attacks at the prime minister. The poor man is doing so much. Andrew Holness has no other prime minister in Jamaica has ever faced the dilemma, natural disaster, COVID, health crisis, everything like what Andrew Holness has faced. Sometimes I wonder how that man sleep. To be carrying the whole entire country on his back. He has his ministers to attend to. He has to be monitoring everything. He has to be monitoring international people, press want to talk to him, government leaders over the world. Hell no. And we, civil, respected society, decent Jamaican, is not going to sit and allow these. I don't want to be upset and use the word on your program. We will not say and allow these dangerous.
The program is called Political Hard Talk. You know, because we talk hard, you know, and rough and coarse. And we talk with mind.
Right. It's time to stop this guy along with the one named Wayne Lawson. I don't know what music didn't do for him. But he takes up media house. It can't help him. He's one of them who disrespect the prime minister too. And the PNP allow it. And that's why I said I could never, ever vote for the People's National Party. Never. Never in my life. If my party, when I see they are not performing the way they are supposed to perform, I withhold my vote. I don't vote for them, but PNP can't get free vote. Even if I save my life, personally, I don't want to give PNP vote. Because PNP has been a destructive element. Because there's no way Edward Siago would stand by and allow the JLP members to be disrespecting PJ Patterson. Bad as it may be, one Dan as Eddie Siago, he will never allow that. Because Siago tell us that he is the only Dan. One Dan. So him say. And now we have seen where our Prime Minister have been disrespected. Nowhere in the world any other leaders has been disrespected the way of this opposition allow their gets to disrespect the PM. And this boy, where you said there by your screen here, the government supposed to find him and bring him before the court, make him go answer to incite violence against the head of state. You can blog because information is key. But your information must be correct. It must not incite violence. It must not defame somebody's character and all of that.
It come like a
that is here.
Me see them talk about Burkina Faso and Chore and all of these things. You don't know, say Burkina Faso had the death penalty up to 2018, and even right now under Chore they're talking about bringing it back. Why you think they might bring back a death penalty? And I see Chore as nothing other than a dictator. That is what he will blossom into. I remember somebody tell him. So all who are run down Chore and attack Chore this, I want to watch and see if when time come for elections and if Chore step aside, if he mouth step aside, don't know watch.
You can't do that. He spread misinformation. If you go on nationwide news the other day, it's the same thing Cliff Hughes was talking about yesterday. You know? The lies, the misinformation, the assassination, and when that go out there with the positivity, it becomes chaotic. Cliff Hughes said on his program the other day, he was talking about the lies, people who is telling these lies, trying to score political points. And these bloggers, I wonder if he can, if when he was going to school, if he takes his education serious, because he speak nothing but garbage. He speak nothing but pure shit out of his mouth. And what I realized, John, a lot of fellow Jamaicans, my fellow Jamaicans, they run with the lies. Look at the what you call the generator. The generator came to Jamaica a couple of weeks ago just for the sole purpose of commercial use. Commercial use. The word commercial, let me break it down for those who don't know. It's a business entity where residents don't live or participate and do their domestic affairs. We can just break it down simple for the don't PNP them. Residential purpose is people who live in a them house, dine and use them bathroom and live them life. Don't have a set time to open them door. Commercial have a set time when we open from 5 to 10. The government get it from the Belgian people, government for commercial purpose, meaning if there's no electricity for the couple of months, the hospital cannot go down. It has to be up and running. The school has to be up and running. The water commission has to be up and running. Other areas of government that builds the economy has to up and running. And that's why the government get those generators for those purposes, not to give you to go to your yard. Because it was not for that. However, the kindness of Andrew Holness and the person he is lending some to some business people, small entrepreneur. Those people have their shops wanted to sell food to build back the economy because we are in a crisis.
You know, Marlon, you know me as a businessman. If I had a business operating in Jamaica, whether on a small scale or a large scale, there is no way I could be running a business and don't have a generator. There is no way that I could be running a business and don't have Starlink. There is no way that I could be running a business and don't have several tanks of water on top of that business. I mean, I know, if I just me, but me can't see myself run a business and I have them there something.
Well, I agree with you on that, but, you know, let's give people benefits of the doubt. Because sometimes I would not say that, you know, everybody's going to have, because circumstances beyond control. We should have a point, and on the other hand, somebody can say, you know what, I did not have any. You know, so we're not going to beat them for that. But what I'm trying to say to you, Dujan, is that Andrew Holness take it out of his kind heart and said, look, he says to, because you see, I listen news, you know, and that's why I said to people that to be informed is to be forearmed. You are well equipped because you are well informed. If you don't inform, you're gonna come and chat shit.
Answer the comment there, Marlon. Answer the comment there. She's royal say. So if the generators are for commercial use, why not give it to small businesses instead of lending? small business don't have money
All right.
can buy their own generator. But answer.
What I'm saying. All right, let me address that. She's saying something. I'm not gonna bash her for that because she's suggesting something. But remember, you know, Jamaica poised for hurricane almost every year.
Yep.
It is the first in the history of this country where the government will, going forward, as generators, that if in case there is a blackout, remember we have blackout in the PNP government. We remember that.
So let me just add to this. Let me just add to what you say, Marlon. So let me just add to what you say for She's Royal. The generators was given to the government of Jamaica to operate government entities. It was not given to government to distribute, to disperse to the people. That's not what it was given for. It was given to the government to operate government businesses so those things don't stay down. Things like tax office, depot, school, hospital, all of these things. It is the government that is setting aside 50 out of it to help commerce. See, so it wasn't given to them to give to the people. That is not what. So when you hear people say government get generator for give to people, no, it was given to them to bolster their apparatus. Basically, it was not given to give to small businesses. No, go ahead, my boss.
Exactly, Dujon. That's what we are trying to explain to the people. That if you see, it is. I told you on the program, you know, that I am not a bright guy. But I try bright sometimes.
You're a reason. You're bright, you.
I listen. Let me tell you something. You can listen to a man that you claim to be foolish, you know, but he has a very constructive conversation. So I will listen to a foolish man. But is what he's saying makes sense? Yes. But he's fooled. Rather than listen to a wise man that talking garbage like this guy on your program. On your screen. Now, what we are simply saying that if next week come and JPS grid go right down, remember, you know, the hospital is down, the economy is going down. If the school is not reopened in time, the economy is not. Right now, our economy is not as where it's supposed to be. We are getting it back because we hit with a hurricane just 2 weeks ago. So it is the first time that the government of Jamaica, under the leadership of Andrew Michael Holness, the greatest prime minister that Jamaica has ever seen, will have electricity power just in case if JPS grid go out for a month, government entity that distribute important service to the public, let me educate them because they don't have no sense, can never be without electricity. It is for that purpose. And therefore, Andrew Holness is not to give them to neither JLP or PNP. Who is there waiting for generator to come to their house? Go and buy one. The government set into a crisis like this.
This come back to what me and say, my boss. You see me know how me think.
Right.
How me think. Yeah, some woman where them operator I want to look at hair shop, you know. I want to look at nail shop, you know. And right now they not on power. You know why? First 50,000 they make them $50,000 worth a Brazilian here, 18-inch here. Me not pre them the way they. Me I think say me 50,000 that can buy me 130 bag of cement. I want 40 bag of cement. And that me, that's so me think.
So that's what I'm saying. The government, Andrew Holness, directed Arbin Hill, which is the industry minister, to say, look, come up with a plan. Because Dujon have him small shop down there, so rice and flour and sugar and some chicken in there, it has spoiled. While people wanted to buy. Oh, we are going to help Dujon make some money because it is a part of the economy. Because the small business people build the economy too. Because they are private sectors. Government give the resources and the private sector builds the economy. So we have been able to now a loan a small loan to those people and say, look here, get up and running. So how them are going to get up and running now is that they need light, and there's no light. So Andrew Holness said, look, I'm going to lend it to you. As soon as light come back, you give it back to the government. What else is that? PNP, uneducated, dunce, fragile thinkers don't understand. What is in that hard? My 4-year-old son, well, soon 4, would have understand that. But an adult can't understand that the purpose of the generator is not for constituency. It is for government use in case of there's any emergency, like if light gone.
Let me ask you a question,
right?
Marlon. My father used to tell me this as a youth man. If I communicate something to you and you don't understand what I said to you, what is your next course of action?
If you communicate something to me and I don't understand, I'm going to ask, I'm just saying me, I am just going to ask you to communicate it to me in details because I want to get a full understanding of what you're saying. Show me the point that you're getting at. Let me understand. Give me word by word then. All right. You never write letter by letter. Just like in the House of Parliament, the central, what's the MP in that when Mr. Dunn, I remember his name, the new guy is here.
Somewhere
he doesn't learn politics as well.
St. Thomas or Clarendon.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. He's in Western.
Yeah, man, Chris Brown in him. Chris Brown in him.
Right, that guy. Mrs. Holness, because I address her as Mrs. Holness, has to be taking the man back to Sunday school. And to be saying to him, brother, this is what the standing order says. I'm just giving an example. Christopherson is the Minister of Health. Ask him related matters to his ministry. Don't ask him about commerce because he doesn't go that way. Don't make a statement. Ask questions. Okay, madam, hear you. Then him come back again. Him ask. Him make statement. She have to say, sir, ask your question. I think Mrs. Holness has a lot of faith to be dealing with a man like that.
You can clearly tell say him never just used to go at the class window, you know. He never used to go in the class. Clearly tell.
For me, I would have that patient. And now it caused why the Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, did not give Everald Warmington Speaker of the House because I don't know. Warmington would not have that patience with you so long because we keep telling you the same thing over and over again. So that's what I'm saying to you. If a person asks you something and you don't know, ask the person.
Had Everald Warmington been the Speaker of the House, no Tuesday, who don't miss me. I can't tell you the Friday.
Right?
No Tuesday, who don't miss me.
So I'm just trying to say to you, Dujon, that the PNP, as you see, let me tell you something. See, the Canadian government donated aid to the Jamaican people now. There's a lot of help in the history of a disaster.
Southeast St. Mary, sorry, not Central. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. For the history of Jamaica, Dujon, we have never witnessed so much rallies from international donors around the world to Jamaica. And this is because of the strong economic foundation that Andrew Michael only sets, the strong management of fiscal prudence, fiscal management over the years that he has demonstrated and articulate why so much world leaders is coming in on board to help our Jamaican people. Because Andrew Holness has seen in the eyes of the world as a great leader. So it doesn't matter what the PNP think. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. The world is loved. The world loved Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness has bring Jamaica to a part where every other country in the Caribbean or the world, the world, envy Jamaica. But remember, when Andrew Holness take office, what was our GDP rate? What was our unemployment rate? Almost 20%. Now it is as 3%. Right? Meaning out of every 10 people, 7 are work.
Yeah. But anyway, Marlon, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up because I need to start get ready for go to work. See? But
take care, we talk again, my
big
friend.
up yourself, my boss. Before we go do my people.
Cool.
Before we go do, guys, I want to play this clip for you. Now listen to this.
I also want the small shop in Adelphi or in Spring Mount or wherever else.
Big up in a Willie.
That those shops reopen. Now they can't reopen for one main reason. They don't have electricity. That's one. And the second is that supplies can't get to them. The distributive trade, which by the way is an incredible logistics operation, they supply thousands of shops every day with trucks going all over Jamaica. That has been hit. And they can't call to place orders. And some of them can't access cash. So I've asked the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce to develop a plan to support the small shops in communities right across Jamaica to get them up on. One of the first things that we have done is identified some generators, make those generators available. So we're going to start with 50 in the most impacted and remote communities. We will loan them the generators. But of course, there will be some requirements for compliance issues and to ensure that they are established operations that we can enter into cooperation with. So, of course, we would have to verify that they are a legitimate operation. So we would ask the JPs, the police, and other established persons in the area to vouch for their credibility. And we're going to ask the Jamaica Business Development Corporation to lead that, along with the DBJ. We're going to also ask them if they would be willing to partner with the government to give us storage capacity. Some of them may have a strong room. They may have a room or two where we can store things. That would multiply the number of areas that we have from which we can stage operations.
So, nothing wrong if the government selling some generator. Why don't want the government to go no? I was so. Make a Glock no so and licky. And when the government give 50 generator, you know the thing say 50 more people will come and say they want to. I was so make them the people they get, and if 50 will get that through them a labor right and all kind of. You don't know if you say that I got no. Eh? You don't go buy your own generator, you don't have no money. When the bank they open, take out 150,000, 160,000, 170,000 and go buy one generator. It's plain and simple as that. Anyways, my people, I got to go and get ready for work. Big up all 429 persons who is here. Please subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. Big up all 165 persons that gave me a thumbs up thus far. Big up on yourself. I'll soon know this evening between 6:30 and 7 p.m. in the evening. See? So I got to go and get to work. I don't know. We're not lazy. And we are not PNP. We're not sit down and long out with hand. We have to go to work. See? So big up on yourself. Much love. Shower labor rights.